And bypolls will be held in as many as 31 assembly seats across 10 states and Kerala's Wayanad Lok Sabha constituency, from where Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is making her electoral debut. Though these by-elections are not going to have any bearing on the governments, they are seen as a big test for the Congress and the India bloc, which failed to put up a united show in the recent Haryana assembly polls. Voting will be held in 7 seats in Rajasthan, 6 in West Bengal, 5 in Assam, 4 seats in Bihar, 3 in Karnataka, 2 seats in Madhya Pradesh and 1 seat each in Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Kerala and Meghalaya. Voting and votes will be counted on November 23rd. Most of these seats fell vacant after the sitting MLAs contested the Lok Sabha elections and won, while in some constituencies the bypolls are being held due to the death of the representatives. Now, elections are underway, voting is underway. It needs to be seen how and which party will get its edge. Jharkhand is also going to polls in 2 phases. One is today and the other one is on November 20. 43 seats are going to the polls in the first phase. Elaborate security arrangements have been made for polling, which will begin now and continue until 5 p.m. It will end at 4 p.m. at 950 sensitive booths spread across 31 constituencies. Now, let me go across to my colleague Prabhakar joining me. And Prabhakar, among big faces, my colleague Sam is also joining me. And Prabhakar, let me come to you first for the Jharkhand elections. Among big faces, we are talking about former JMM CM and sitting MLA Champai Soren from BJP versus former BJP leader Ganesh Mahali. JMM will be a fight to watch. Tell us all the key highlights of this campaign.
Yeah, so it's not only the Champai Soren who is in fray, but also his son. They are both from the Kolhan region in fray on the BJP ticket. Then you have Arjun Munda's wife, Meera Munda, contesting. Then you have the former Chief Minister Raghuvar Das's daughter-in-law contesting. So there are many important, big faces in fray. And this entire region, remember the Ranchi and the Saraikela region, which is in and around Jharkhand, is going to polls today. Altogether, 43 constituencies. Many of the big names, their fates will be sealed today, and this is a region which is also highly Naxal infested. So the election commission is taking is taking all precautions actually to ensure that the SOP is followed and there is no untoward incident. Yesterday we had a word with the chief electoral officer of Jharkhand, and he said that out of the many constituencies, around 250 booths have been identified which are super sensitive, and there the polling personnel, the paramilitary forces, they are all being airdropped by Air Force choppers. So they are not actually commuting through road. They have been airdropped by Air Force chopper, and after they complete their poll duties, they will be picked up by chopper only. So that's the kind of precaution which the administration is taking. A very crucial phase this is. Remember, it's a fight about the tribal votes here in Jharkhand. The moment you talk about any political narrative by both the factions, NDA or India Alliance, it's about the tribal votes, the way they have picked up the issue of, especially the BJP has raised the issue of illegal migrants, the illegal settlement of the migrants in Jharkhand, and blaming JMM for helping them out and how they're eating the resources of the tribals. So it's a fight for the tribal voted, and in a state like Jharkhand, actually, whichever the tribal vote swings, that
the infiltrator remark. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, both targeted the JMM and Congress alliance, saying that they are infiltrators and that the BJP will safeguard the rights of OBCs, tribals in the state. So a narrative was set. How effective was that on the ground?
Yes, so that is to be seen. Actually, that would be reflected in today's result as to which way this tribal vote goes. But as I was telling you, you have to read between the lines. When Amit Shah started this narrative of illegal immigrants, of Bangladeshi migrants settling in Jharkhand, he was not talking about them. He was actually trying to lure and scare the tribal voters, because he went on to add, and even the Prime Minister actually echoed his sentiments. He went on to add that these illegal migrants, they are being being settled here in Jharkhand with the help of the JMM and the Congress government, and they are entering into the resources which are actually meant for the tribals. So it's the tribals actually who should be aware as to how their interests are being harmed by the JMM and the Congress government. So it's basically, as I was telling you, it's a fight for the tribal votes, and Jharkhand being a tribal dominated state, it's the tribal vote actually which decides the fate of the political parties in fray. Also, both the factions are actually eyeing and trying to lure the women voters, the kind of freebies which has been announced, whether it's a Maiya Samman Yojana or a Gogo Didi Yojana by BJP. Both these schemes actually are aimed at luring women, and the monthly stipend which they were getting was 1,000 rupees a month, which has now been promised that if they are voted back to power, the JMM would step it up to 2,500 rupees, and BJP has promised a 2,100 rupees monthly stipend, and the waiver of registry fee in the name of women if the property is registered in the name of the women members of the family. So these are the kind of promises which have been made for the women voters, to wing the women voters and youth. Not to forget the youth, the kind of job promises which have been made by BJP, whether it's a 5 lakh job creation in the next 5 years, whether it's a monthly stipend to the graduates who are unemployed. So these are the major sectors, major chunk of voters which both the factions are eyeing, tribal being the one, the women voters being the second, and youth, of course, are the third.
Absolutely, Prabhakar. Stay with us. We also have Sam Daniels and my colleague Harsha joining me, for Sam for Wayanad and Harsha for the Rajasthan bypolls. Thank you so much all for joining me. Let me come to you, Sam. Wayanad is set to vote in high-stakes three-way electoral contest that will mark Priyanka Gandhi's electoral debut and her attempt to retain the Congress stronghold once represented by Rahul Gandhi. How was the campaign, in your point of view, effective by Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and how is her reach in the constituency? The left and the BJP have put up strong candidates, and the popularity of Rahul Gandhi will be on a test now.
That's right, Aarti. Although it's a triangular contest at Wayanad, the key fight is only between Congress's Priyanka Gandhi and the ruling leftist Satyan Mokri, who is a former MLA, and in the case of the BJP's Navya Haridas, she is a sitting councillor. And the issues have been largely centered around the Wayanad restoration and rebuilding issue. Also, the demand for a full-fledged medical college hospital at Wayanad, and the demand for the lifting of the night travel ban, particularly through the forest area in adjoining Karnataka region. And the opposition, the BJP and the ruling LDF attacked Priyanka Gandhi, calling her an outsider, how her party should have fought or fielded her in a northern India pocket against the BJP and not against the left in Kerala, and how she could be neglecting, as they call it, the constituency, comparing her to how Rahul Gandhi's presence here was very limited during his term as MP between 2019 and 2024. And the Congress took on the BJP of, for instance, they call it as abandoning the interests of Wayanad by not giving enough for rebuilding and rehabilitating people at Wayanad hit by the massive floods there. So the campaign was largely on issues, not on local issues, but on political grounds. And Priyanka Gandhi would be hoping that she would not only win back the constituency which elected Rahul Gandhi 2 times, but also increase her margin, proving a point that the Congress is a force to reckon with her in the fray now. That's the expectation by the Congress. Of course, the other 2 candidates are not, in terms of their profile, not so high profile like Priyanka Gandhi. That's an advantage for the Congress there. And the larger point, the political point, would be whether Priyanka Gandhi will prove that kind of an expectation by the party. It's just not the Congress in Kerala that campaigned for her. Even leaders from the neighboring Tamil Nadu campaigned for her, reaching out to tribal communities who speak Tamil, particularly in the border areas. And so the party is quite confident, but we'll have to see if the constituency would elect Congress yet again this time. But the party is quite confident that since the party had chosen Rahul Gandhi with a margin of 3.6 lakh votes, they might be able to, they will be only happy to elect, in this case, Priyanka again.
Absolutely. My colleague Saurabh Gupta is also joining me for West Bengal polls. Thank you so much, Saurabh. A very good morning to everyone who is standing by with me. Pratibha Raman is also there covering the elections. Harsha, let me come to you first before going to anybody else. The stage is set for by-election on 7 assembly seats in Rajasthan, which will have actually no bearing on the health of the BJP government, but are a crucial test for the party and its leader as they look to leave behind, the disappointing Lok Sabha performance in the state. Tell us and take us through the key highlights of the elections.
Well, you're absolutely correct when you said that, because it is coming exactly 1 year after the assembly elections. And Rajasthan has seen a completely new rung of leadership from the BJP's point of view, taking charge in Rajasthan. So the old guard is out. Vasundhara Raje was not seen anywhere in the campaign, actually, even for the by-elections. And it's been Chief Minister Bhajan Lal all the way. So he's kind of decided the tickets. He's been leading from the front. And in some senses, it will be a referendum of his 1 year in office. Has it paid off or not? So of those 7 seats, remember 5 seats were with Congress and allies and they became MPs. So these have been vacated. Will the Congress be able to hold on to that sort of wave which was out in the field when you could see it in the MP elections? Or will the BJP again gain ground? If it gains ground, it will be an endorsement of Bhajan Lal's leadership. As far as the Congress is concerned, Sachin Pilot has campaigned here in Rajasthan. Ashok Gehlot has not really campaigned very extensively. He's just been there for 1 nomination. So they've largely left it to the state Congress leadership, who decided to eschew an alliance. They decided to discard the alliance which was with Hanuman Beniwal's party in Nagaur in Khimsar. That's one strong seat. So Hanuman has now asked his wife to fight that seat. And of course, the other place where they did not go for an alliance was with the Bharatiya Adivasi Party. That's a new party with a new tribal identity politics that they're bringing into South Rajasthan. So will that pay off for the Congress or not? The decision not to go with allies could actually be a setback for the Congress. So in that sense, this is seeing a 3-cornered fight. Many by-polls are seeing 3-cornered fights, which could actually harm the Congress. The BJP looks quite comfortable. And let's see what's the strong political message that you get from these by-elections for Chief Minister Bhajan Lal himself.
Absolutely, Harsha. Thank you so much for giving that overview and perspective about the elections. Now, let me come to Saurabh Gupta. Saurabh, amid widespread protests on the RG Kaur rape and murder case, the by-election for 6 assembly seats in West Bengal will be held today. TMC had been in the stronghold. Will the TMC, repeat that victory on 5 seats that they had in 2021? Or will we see BJP getting some benefit of the RG Kaur protests?
Well, it's similar to what Harsha was saying, actually. The fact is that whoever wins or loses, it doesn't affect the health of the government, like you were mentioning, at all. Because even hypothetically speaking, if the ruling party were to lose all 6, it wouldn't affect the government because they still have the numbers. So this is purely looking at the political mood of the state in the backdrop of the RG Kaur protest. The Trinamool is aiming to win all 6. The BJP, of course, is trying to improve its tally in these 6 seats. If we look at the past results, there were 5 seats that were held by the Trinamool of the 6 that are having by-polls, and 1 was held by the BJP, which is Madarihat. In several of these seats, by-polls have been necessitated because some of them went on to become MPs, the MLAs, and also in this particular seat where I am, Harwa, it's very interesting given the fact that, the MLA here who vacated his seat to become MP has also passed away. And therefore, there is also the Boshirhat seat which is vacant. The MP seat is vacant. Now, his son, of course, has been fielded by the Trinamool Congress. And this is, of course, going to be an interesting battle to see. And these are also minority-dominated seats. So whether the Trinamool still has its grasp on all these sectors of voters. For example, there are these by-polls are a good indicator of where each party stands amongst segments of the population. For example, there's a tribal seat that's going to polls. There is a Chabagan seat, the Tea Garden seat in Madarihat. There's Shitai again in North Bengal. Here you have Harua, which is a minority-dominated seat. You have Noihati, which is an urban seat. You also have rural seats like Taldangra. You have a Mednipur seat, which is a mix of urban and rural. So it's an indicator of the political mood, the results of these by-elections. But these by-elections are taking place, and they are important to watch, irrespective of the fact that they do not have any impact on the larger sort of health of the government or the numbers, so to speak, of the government.
Absolutely. And